So I'm back from Barcelona and I thought I would talk through with you the bags I took and did I make the right decision. Plus, I'm going to share with you a little summer holiday flirtation that didn't quite go to plan. Hello, and the warmest of welcomes to today's video. For those of you who haven't seen my face before, hi, I'm Nick, glad to have you here. Those who have seen my face before, thank you so much for joining me again. I hope you enjoy my videos. I put out videos roughly 3 times a week on a range of different topics, anywhere from fashion to slightly more personal topics. So if that sounds like something you'd be interested in, then please do head down, hit subscribe and turn on the notification bell. I love chatting with you all. I'm all about living life loud, and what that means to me is being your authentic self, being proud to be you, and just celebrating who you are. Celebrating yourself, and of course, celebrating others. So, what are we talking about today? We're talking, like I said in the intro, about the bags I took away with me on holiday. Did I make the right call? Would I recommend them? What are my thoughts about traveling with higher end pieces in general? All of that stuff. But before we get into that, bag of the day, it was an office day for me today. So it was my and the kitchen sink bag, this great Longchamp Rousseau tote, which I am in love with and I use so much. Was it the best choice for this outfit? I'm not 100%. I'm not 100%. I'll throw in a photo of the full outfit. Let me know what you think. Was it a good choice? I mean, I like that it's all bright and fun, and normally I would wear... Quite often I wear my black Mulberry Bayswater with this jacket. Recently I wore my Kurt Geiger XXL flap in the graffiti. But actually maybe this was a good choice, but it's so heavy. It's got so much stuff in it, but it's such a great bag. Now, traveling abroad with designer pieces. I don't think anything of it, in all honesty. In the same way that I use them in my day-to-day life, I travel with them in the same way. All of the pieces are insured under my travel insurance. I make sure that I've not got pieces that would exceed the value of the insurance that I take out. And anything that's particularly valuable, I will lock away. If there's a safe that's big enough, I'll try and put it in there. Or I'll try and sort of put them somewhere in the room. I try to not overthink it, if I'm honest. I just like a bag that feels secure, that feels sturdy, that I don't think can be accessed too easily. But to be honest, that's the same as when I'm here. So it doesn't really matter to me. All of the principles I follow when I take a piece out, day in, day out, regardless of where I am, are the same. Now, I do try and keep the pieces with me. So I travelled hand baggage only this time. But if I am travelling with a checked bag, I don't tend to put them in the checked bag. I will try to keep them with me. So when I went to France last year, I put all of my bags in my rolling cabin bag, just to try and keep them close. Jewellery I would do the same thing with, just because bags can go missing. It can happen, unfortunately. They can get misplaced, they can get on the wrong escalator, or, you know, things can happen. Again, everything is well insured, but it's just to try and minimize that risk as much as possible. So yeah, I try to not overthink it. I try to use the pieces I love, and I try to apply a similar philosophy to as if I was going out and about anywhere, to be honest. So yeah, that's my thought on it. But of course, everyone is entitled to their own point of view when it comes to that. Now, the bags that I took away with me, we'll do that first, and then I'll tell you about my flirtation that went wrong. Okay, so what did I take? I took 3 bags with me. Like I said, I was traveling hand baggage only. So if we're going to do this, let's do it right. What was the suitcase? I used this, my Trip Flamingo Pink suitcase. This is good. I've got this in blue, in the larger size. I bought this a little while ago to replace a Dunelm rolling suitcase that I bought last minute for my trip to France last year. This did well. I like this. It's a great suitcase. Comes in multiple colours. What else did I take? Hand baggage. I've already shown you what's in my bag, in what's in my hand baggage. My hand baggage was my fuchsia Longchamp Le Pliage medium top handle. This is a great bag for hand baggage. It was very easy, it was secure. I could throw it over the handles and it sat perfectly on top of the suitcase. It's got a lot of capacity. I did put a organizer in mine just to make life a little bit easier. And it's a very comfortable bag to carry around with you. So crook of the arm, top handle. I used this when we walked into Barcelona and we're doing a little bit of mooching around. It is an easy bag to use. The only thing that I found a little bit frustrating was having to zip it up and down. That was probably one thing that I was a bit more conscious of, was just making sure I had it fully zipped. I'm a little bit less conscious than maybe I should be. A lot of the time when I use this, because quite a lot of the time I would use these and I would just leave them open and just kind of have them that and let that be enough to close it. But I was quite aware of my surroundings and just wanted to make sure that there was no risk of anything being taken. So that was the only thing that I would say was a little bit of a bugbear, but very minimal, very minimal. And to be honest, it was because I was constantly taking stuff in and out. I should have just kept things in my pockets. But again, I was a bit nervous about keeping things in my pockets. I wanted to keep things concealed. Great pool bag. I use this for the beach. I use this for the boat. I use this for the pool. Great. It did a lot. And I was glad I took this colour. I thought it was a good shout. So yeah, so that was a good choice. Great hand baggage, a great all-rounder. And also good for, like I said, for around water, because it's water resistant, and it's very white clean. It can do a lot for a holiday. So I think that would be a good choice. The second bag I took and that I used was my Kenzo clutch, my large Kenzo pouch. So I swapped out my white Le Pliage that I was going to take for this. I thought I would use the white Le Pliage for the first night out, and then I actually decided I don't think I want a top handle bag. I think I want something that I could just shove under my arm or hold, or that would just felt a little bit less cumbersome. Now, this was a great piece, and I was doing very well with it. It's got a mark on it there. I was doing very well with it until about 3 a.m. when I didn't properly close it, tipped it, and everything went flying, as you can expect. So I even said, didn't I, how I wasn't sure about taking a clutch because I was worried about my stuff flying across the table. I've mentioned that before. Stuff flying everywhere. Yeah, it happened. It happened. And also, annoyingly, and I need to figure out what to do about this, my concealer, the lid came off. I didn't notice. It was 3 a.m. I'd had 1 or 2 lemonades, okay? Maybe with a little bit of vodka in them. A drink or 2. And I didn't notice that the lid had come off it. The lid was still in the bag. And so I put it back in, and it's now got concealer all in it. And it's got some on here as well. So I just need to figure out how to get rid of that. If anyone's got any bright ideas, I would love to hear them, because it's a little bit of a pain and it's all I can focus on. But this is why, do you remember when I made the point about, I was asked about my Bicester London bag, whether I liked the lining because it felt like it would be a bit cheap. And I said, I don't need a fancy lining because I need something that's quite clean. I don't need something that can mark easily. This has almost like this has a fabric interior, and I've already tried to clean this out. So this is exactly my point. I'm not looking to move this bag on, so it doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things whether or not I get it out. It's just the fact that it'll bug me. It'll bug me. So that's the only thing. Like I said, if anyone has any bright ideas. Another slight annoyance is that the clasp here detaches quite easily from this. It doesn't look like it would. It looks like it's quite secure. This does pop out quite easily. So you will, if you're carrying it like this, sometimes it will just unhook. I don't know why. I don't know why it's not so secure. I like the fact that you can detach this bit, but it doesn't make it the easiest. That's all I would say about this particular one. However, so much capacity, got so many compliments. It's a 10 out of 10 looking clutch. I love this big tiger. I love the Kenzo piece here. It's absolutely beautiful, and it did me very well. I felt very chic. I felt very pulled together with it. I thought it was beautiful. It just had a couple of mishaps, but I knew the first one was going to happen. I predicted it, didn't I? My stuff going everywhere. My fault for not closing the bag. My fault. That could have happened with any bag. And then also my fault for putting a concealer in it without the lid on. So all of it is my fault. Actually, this detaching, not fully my fault, but it is a really great piece. I'm glad. And it was packed so flat. I took it in the dust bag, packed really flat, just popped it on top. Fabulous. This was a good one. I was happy with this. And last, but by no means least, the bag that I purchased for using on this trip. I actually thought I would use this a little bit more than I did. I used it for 2 of the nights out, but I did enjoy using it. And I am, of course, talking about my vinyl Kurt Geiger Kensington. Now, I have it stuffed a little bit at the moment because whilst I packed it very well to go out to Spain, I didn't pack it so well bringing it back. So in all honesty, it flattened and the vinyl somewhat morphed. So I've had to stuff it to open it back up again, which is actually a bit of a testament to the bag, because the fact that you can misshape it and reshape it so easily. It has literally been out of the suitcase for, you know, a couple of days. I had it stuffed, but to be honest, within a couple of hours I'd have been able to take that stuff out. It's only because I'm doing the video. Now, I really enjoyed this. It was fun, it was sassy, it got a lot of compliments. It got, you could fit a significant amount in it. I actually ended up carrying it quite a lot of the time, just a bit more like a clutch, if I'm honest. At one point, I actually tucked the straps into it because I had the space to do so. I did put it on my shoulder a few times. I didn't carry it crossbody. So where I said I thought I would use it more was I actually thought I would use this in the daytime when we were out and about. But as it happens, I just ended up using my pink Le Pliage. I probably could have used this easily. It would have done very well, but I just decided against it at the time. But it had some good moments. So it's a beautiful, fun piece. I'm very happy with it. I'm very happy with it, I have to say. It did what I needed it to do, and it felt really fun, and it felt really playful. So yeah, this was a win. This was a win. Good bag. Vinyl Kurt Geiger Kensington. Now this one was in the sale, so how many of these there are left floating around, I'm not sure. But if there are more vinyl pieces that you see come up, I can recommend. I think it was good. I think it was good. And I really do like the colours. I think it's really beautiful. So happy with this. I don't know how much I'll use it here in the UK. I'm hoping I'll use it still. I think I can. I think I will challenge myself to use it a bit more crossbody. I'm definitely much more likely to use this one than I was the glittery tweed that I had. So, because I can still see myself using this in winter, plus it's basically weatherproof, which is fantastic here in the UK. It was absolutely throwing it down this morning, and then now it's like 20 odd degrees. So there's no clue what's going on with the weather in the UK at the moment. So having a bag that can do it all, no issues. Another couple of quick fun things, and I'll just show you these, was I bought a couple of new pieces of jewellery. Nothing high-end, but just some fun pieces. So I don't know how well you'll be able to see these. I'll take a photo of it. So I bought this beautiful little snake ring, and I bought this really fun little ring here. This blue one's from Bicester. I bought this last year. Sorry, I'm not swearing at you, I promise. Just trying to show the jewellery. But this fun little smiley face ring, different colours, it's super duper cute, and I've just added it, so now I've got this fun little stack going on. I bought, like I said, I bought those in Barcelona, about 25 euros each, something like that. They had it in a bigger size, which meant that I could have put it with a different stack, but it didn't really go with this one. Plus, I thought there was something a little bit fun about if I need to put my middle finger up at someone, it's got smiley faces on it, so it's like, you know, F you with a smile. Don't worry, I'll never do that to any of you, I promise. But of course, you know, there is sometimes the need, out and about. I've had it before. Someone makes a mean comment, throw out the middle finger. You know, not my preferred way of communicating, but sometimes needs must. Do you know what I'm saying? But at least do it with a smile. Anyway. Anyway, let's quickly finish this off, round this out with the flirtation gone wrong. So it was fairly late on the last night. We'd had a great evening. We went into this bar. It was, yeah, a bar kind of slash pub type thing. There was a gentleman sat on his own at the bar. And one of my friends said, oh, why don't you go and find out why he's on his own? Or someone go and find out why he's sat there on his own. So I said, all right, I'll go and chat to him. So I slid in. We started chatting. We hit it off. We had a little flirt. Maybe a little smooch, which for me is very rare. I do not put myself out there like that. I do not do that whatsoever. We're having a nice conversation, exchanged numbers. We're still sat chatting a little bit more. He whizzed to the bathroom. I whizzed to the bathroom separately, FYI. And when I came out of the bathroom, he'd gone. And I said to the lady behind the bar, do you know where my friend went by any chance? She said, oh yeah, he's just left. Oh dear. Oh dear. And this is why I don't put myself out there very much, guys. Because when I do, rubbish like that happens. I mean, don't get me wrong. I didn't think we were going to get married. It just was like to have at least had the conversation of, I've got to go, but it was really nice to meet you. Perfect. That would have worked fine for me because then I'd have just gone and I was going to meet my friends anyway. It was just the abrupt nature of, oh my goodness, he's gone. Oh, so of course, being me, I couldn't help myself but send a little sassy text after the fact. And funnily enough, we haven't kept in touch. But anyway, who cares? These things happen. A little holiday romance for 45 minutes. It was nice to have a chat. It was nice to have a flirt. It was nice to still have that moment of feeling a little bit attractive, in all honesty. You know, you can doubt that sometimes if you don't feel like there's a lot of interest in it. It reminded me that although it didn't have a great end, and although I did get quite upset about it at the time, that was a little bit alcohol fueled, to be honest. My emotions were a little bit heightened. I look back on it now and I'm like, why did you get so upset about that, Nick? Get a grip. But it, as much as it didn't end brilliantly, actually, it was a reminder that I still got it. Clearly not enough for them to stick around. But, you know, for a little chit chat, a little smooch, clearly I'm appealing enough for that. So we'll take what we can get. That's all good. But I just thought I'd share that with you. It's a funny little anecdote from the trip. It was a little reminder where I've had people before where I've said about being single and seeing myself being single for a while. I've had people say, why are you single? You shouldn't be single. You should go out there and meet somebody. I'm not that fussed for a start. And when I do, unfortunately, it doesn't always pan out. But do you know what? The most important thing is to be able to sit here and laugh about it. I wasn't laughing so much at the time, but like I said, I woke up the next morning and I thought, Nick, why were you so upset about it? Whatever, who cares? Today I'm sat here going, who cares? It was fun for what it was. It was, you know, and like I said, it was a reminder that maybe in some way I've still got it. But like I said, we haven't kept in touch and I can't see us reconnecting. But anyway, thought I'd share that little anecdote with you. Hope you enjoyed this video. Love to know your thoughts. What bags do you like traveling with? What's your philosophy on traveling with designer pieces? Does it bother you? Does it not? Does it make you extra conscious? Does it not? You know, what are your thoughts? I would love to know. Anyway, thank you so much as always for watching. I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Take care, everyone. Bye now. Mwah.